Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 3 of What If Naruto Was the ONI of Death. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also guys, stay in tune for the rest of what is coming your way over in Anime King 2, Anime King 3, and Anime Prince. If you're new, yes, you heard that correctly. I indeed have 4 channels that I post what if on every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family, guys. Links will be down in the description, so go ahead, check them out, and yeah, enjoy. So without further ado, what do you say we jump right into this new episode start? The intro. So, the last part that we left off. As Naruto went to his room as he wondered what the hell was going on, that is when Kurenai stepped out. It turns out that she had been living here with Anko since something was up with her place. However, Anko never told her that this was Naruto's room, so he simply went to sleep on the couch. As they all had dinner that night, the Hokage came by and told Naruto that something was up with his, last medical, so he would have to put him on leave for the time being, as Naruto didn't seem to care about that. Kurenai told him that they could sleep in the same bed, which was his, but she was fine with it. It was then that she noticed a mark over his eye once again that his hair was hiding, however he kept it away from her. As Naruto went to sleep, we then had a flashback to the past. Kushina Uzumaki was a rather bitch Naruto, as she was the one that marked him with that seal over his eye, putting him through extreme hell. The woman really had something against him. Maybe it was because of Minato being with Naruto's mother first. And she knew that Minato never looked at her the same way he looked at Naruto's mother. And it was only because she died that is why she was in Minato's life right now. As Naruto woke up, he ended up leaving that morning. Because of the seal, he could not tell anyone about it otherwise. It would shut his body down, kill him before he could even tell a single soul. And he could not get close to anyone. The woman had really wanted him to suffer because she didn't like him one bit. However, Naruto was trained in the girls, as the tiger that he had could speak. The thing did not explain itself or tell what it was, as the girls were shocked by that, but he could speak, and it was talking to Naruto in some kind of riddle. Naruto also met up with Sasuke for the first time in a long while. Sasuke heard about him, but he never really seeked him out, as Naruto offered to train him, which Sasuke accepted, as Naruto was going to do this for Itachi. So with that, Naruto was called to the office. Kushina was rather upset when she saw that it was him. However, he was the only one that can do this. Half of the 9 tails was sealed inside of his younger sister as they dived into her mind. The other half of the beast was sealed within Naruto. However, Naruto had made use of his chakra, and he had dominated that chakra, and he was now basically part of the beast. Even Kurama could feel it. It was like they were one in the same. Kurama noticed a mark as he got rather angry, saying that was a leech, as it was keeping him sedated and bind. Because of his eyes keeping them in here, Naruto believed that the time difference will counteract this seal, so he told his father and his little sister there about what happened, what Kushina did. Minato was shocked. When he got out, he slammed Kushina in the wall. He told her to remove it now. However, the seal had already affected Naruto by telling them, and it was affecting his body badly. However, Naruto put his body in a self status to slow down everything, stopping himself completely, as he became just stuck in that state, unable to be free, because if he were to be free, he would die. Minato was angry. His younger sister was pissed at her mother that she would ever do that. She couldn't understand why would their mother do that to someone like him. As Naruto was rushed to the hospital, Kurenai was pissed, Yuji was pissed. All of them that knew Naruto was pissed. Naruto will be the one that decide Kushina's fate. What she did was a clear violation. As, well, that was something that should be punished by death. So Naruto will be the one to decide their fate. Anko and a group of envoys that were trained to deal with external threats went to find Tsunade the Sanin, and they did. As Tsunade found herself surrounded as she heard that Naruto needed her help. While that was going on at Konoha jail, and the others are watching over Naruto. However, time seemed to froze as someone stepped in the room. It was a former ONI. As he looked down towards Naruto, the man's face looked old and cracky, as he placed a hand on Naruto's head and dived into his mind. So yeah guys, basically as we left off, you guys can switch across the place, check it out for yourself, and also guys, remember to stay in tune for their what is coming your way, and I hope you guys enjoy each and every one of them. So without further ado, what do you say we jump right into this new episode, wasting more time guys, begin now guys. It was damp and dark. The air was filled with vile chakra. The golden eye man calmly walked through the halls of the sewer. He came to a stop as he arrived towards a large room. I thought I felt you out there. The voice came from behind the bars. Two pair of red eyes looking towards the shadowy figure. Said golden eye man moved towards the bars. However, claws crashed against it, threatening to cleave the man to pieces. A loud booming voice spoke. Why is this trash in our den? I don't know, Kurama, but I think we should trash this fiend. The one behind the bars was Naruto. Beside him, the large white tiger emerged and stood at his side. Deception. A wonderful art, isn't it? The man said, as Naruto snorted. Before he pulled a chair. Why don't you take a seat? It has been such a long time after all. With a flick of his wrist, he created another chair as the man looked towards it. You have gotten better at this, little Oni. Been working hard with your inner demon, I see. I see that you reach stage 3 as well. Not as fun as I make it sound, was it? The golden eye man said. No, it is exactly how you describe it. I felt reborn. I even make a genjutsu backfire to see, like you. It was hazy, the outline of people, seeing sounds and people chakra, reserves. If it was practical, I would call it the perfect tracking eye. So tell me, now that you've seen the world like I have, what do you think? You take color away, strip everything down to its two basic forms. What are you left with? Both of them looked toward each other as they spoke at the same time. Morals and loyalty. Even Kurama was a bit on edge, wondering the things that these two could accomplish if they worked together. You know, I stood over your bed for a while, wondering if I should kill you or not, the man said. Did you come to a decision, said Naruto. Nope, kind of just stood there. I felt stupid after a while, so I came in here. Naruto frowned. That doesn't sound like the man that he knew. Tell me, how does it feel? Know that you've been free from that seal. I don't feel the need to brutally kill the people living in my house, if that's what you're thinking. That's not what I'm saying. The leash and shock collar has been removed. How do you feel to be free? That word, said Naruto. It is still out of my reach. However, I see that you have perfected your time. Altering barrier, said Naruto. As the man chuckled a bit. I have completed it, not perfected it. I have a rather different set of skills than the last time we met, said Naruto. It seems that you have walked into a den that you know nothing about. You're outnumbered, outmatched. Who knows? Who will draw first? Or maybe this will just be a peaceful conversation, said Naruto, as he rested his chin on his hand. As he closed his eyes. You're just as I remember, the man said. Always thinking things through, but never voicing the question that you want to be answered. What will happen if? Maybe if you thought, what happened when you did something you wouldn't get into such bothersome messes, the man said. Naruto shrugged. I enjoy being strange. Asking the question that many people just seem to guess. It makes your opponent think more, making you more dangerous. It's fun, especially when they try to fight with your mind. Plus, I am assuming that you're already trying to fix me up, bailing me out of another bothersome mess, as you would call it. Yes, I am indeed fixing you up. I'm kind of shocked that I thought about killing you in the start. However, it seems rather pointless now that I'm healing you. Huh, and you call me strange, said Naruto. Time skip. The house was quiet. However, she couldn't find herself leaving. She felt like she needed to be here. One Kurna UI was currently looking over a book. Bad Blood, written by Uchiha Madara. She flipped through the first few pages. They were about the Senjus and the Uchihas. As she paused, looking at the Valley of the End, it was a drawing made from the Uchiha description. Madara and Hoshirama, locked in a heated battle. Above them, the Kyuubi, and a giant wooden statue. You two really were in a league of your own, she thought to herself. As she flipped, two names jumped out at her. The first one being Uzumaki. Wait, isn't that Kushina? Kushina's Uzumaki. As she read further down to see that the two clans had been fighting for even longer than the Uchihas and the Senjus. The whirlpool blood can wash away the darkness. She didn't know what that meant as she flipped through a few more pages until she was forced to drop the book, her arms curling around her waist tightly. The diagrams on the page, it showed how to achieve Stage 3 manipulation. All of the exercise of practice in reaching that level was brutal, disgustingly brutal. And Naruto said that he was at level 3, so he did this. I wonder, a voice suddenly spoke up right in her ear. Would Naruto approve of you looking through these books? She jumped away, her hands speeding through hand signs to perform a rush genjutsu. It took its effects on the person, but he merely waved it away like it was nothing. Not bad. However, still leagues away of being able to hold me in one. He moved forward, his hand brushing over the book. Kunai took a kunai as she threw it towards him. However, he reached up and caught it by sticking his finger right through the loop. Can you please stop that, he said. I'm trying to read. As he found what he was looking for. As he pulled a blank scroll and started to copy it down, he rolled it up as he placed it away after he was finished. He's awake, he said, looking towards Kunai. What do you mean, she said. This man was different. She could not detect anything from him. His body cannot be fixed yet, she said. The man chuckled. It was a parting gift in exchange. I got to look over this book once again. Thank you for making it easy to find. He started to walk towards her. She prepared herself, however. He vanished. There was no smoke, no poof, nothing. He just vanished. She grabbed the keys on the counter as she rushed. She locked up the house as she rushed towards hospital. She moved as fast as she could go. Entering the hospital, she saw many people in a blur. People moving and making their way all around. I told you I'm fine. That voice. As she made her way down the hall, only to be stopped by a squad of Anvu. Why do you keep on pestering me? I said I'm fine. But Naruto-sama, we must finish running the test before we clear you. She heard some shuffling until doors slide open, revealing Naruto stepping out in a hospital gown. You can finish the test as I move. I'm hungry. A small hand landed on his shoulder as he turned. Naruto-sama, please just rest. I can acquire what you wish to eat. His shoulders slumped in defeat. Fine, Nico. I would like some barbecue, if they are still open. If not, some peanuts, sauteed noodles. His head turned in the hall as he looked towards Kunai. Hey, you hungry? She was about to shake her head, however her stomach beat her to it, because she hadn't eaten anything for a while now. As her stomach grumbled. Made that for 3. Knowing you, Nico, you haven't eaten yet either. Just let me get my wallet. As Naruto walked back in the room. Wait, that's 4. Someone forgot to feed Pai, he said. He walked back out and handed some cash to the cat-faced Anvu. I will be back soon, she said. You just rest. Hey, you can let go of Kunai, said Naruto. As I said, I'm fine. The Anvus immediately released her. As Naruto went back in the room, he was being pestered by his father and the medics. So, how long are these tests gonna take? Also, you sure that you're not hungry, Hokage-sama? Minato sighed. Just call me Minato. It feels strange having you be so respectful to me. I don't exactly deserve it, said Minato. You are an excellent shinobi though, that deserve respect. Plus, you haven't answered my question. As Naruto was being propped by needles, and hands were flowing over him, as the tests were being done on him. They shouldn't take more than 15 minutes plus. I ate at home, Naruto. And that isn't what I meant, said Minato. As Naruto merely shrugged, he looked towards Kunai who stood there looking out of place. Snake, can you fetch Kunai a chair? A chair was quickly unfolded, right beside Kunai. Hey, why are you so quiet, said Naruto. All heads turned towards her. She felt a bit embarrassed at being the center of attention. Well, there was someone strange in your house. I was just thinking about it. As Naruto raised his eyebrow, Minato turned towards her and looked her straight in the eyes. Was he wearing a blank Anvu mask? Kurenai nodded, as Minato was dreading that answer. See, Naruto, he can enter your house at any time, said Minato. Naruto brushed the bang that was covering his hair, showing his golden eyes to the world. Minato, like I said, I would be dead if he wanted. He caught me while I was in this weakened condition. He was able to get past the Anvu guards. However, he healed me after we talked. In exchange, I let him look through one of my books. He saw Kurenai stiffen. Tell me, did you read the bad blood? He said to her. Kurenai nodded. My grandfather and clan had some interesting views on the world, said Naruto. Did you reach a ninjutsu section? Naruto said, Minato, this is serious. The Anvus could not stop him tonight. He is dangerous, yes, said Naruto. But I am the only one that can fight him. And he wants to fight me at my best. Plus, he was just here to talk and get some information from my books. And unlike some people, he acts before going snooping, said Naruto. As he gave Kurenai a look, making her blush and look away. The rest of the tests were finished rather quickly. Only Naruto's stomach broke the silence as it grumbled. As Eugeo came back a moment later, carrying bags full of noodle box. A small brown bag was placed to the side. The Anvu looked at Naruto for some time. Oh, I almost forgot, he said. As he clicked his finger, casting a genjutsu over her face. To anyone but him, it looked like she was still wearing her mask. As she pulled it off. Thank you, Nico. Also, Kurenai, if you try to undo the genjutsu, she is legally allowed to kill you, said Naruto. Kurenai gulped, as she wouldn't attempt to do that. All she was seeing was the mask. So, how long was I out for, said Naruto. As Eugeo placed a box of noodle in Kurenai's lap. Eugeo tilted her head to the side. 3 days. Things were pretty quiet around here, also. That Uchiha brat really needs some attitude adjustment. Naruto sighed as he poked at his noodles, as he wrapped them around before bringing it up to his face. As some of the liquid flashed right on his cheek, Eugeo giggled as she used a cloth to wipe his face. Kurenai was a bit upset to how close the two looked. Hey, I was saving that for later, said Naruto, causing the girls to chuckle. But yeah, you're right. Sasuke is gonna be a real pain. Plus, I also have to help Kurenai and Anko train for the Jonin exams. Eugeo raised an eyebrow. However, Kurenai could not see because she was still seeing the mask. As Eugeo believed it was alright as she sat right on Naruto's bed, leaning against him. They had a closer relationship than Kurenai thought. You don't have to, Naruto, said Kurenai. I kind of do, said Naruto. I mean, I said I would. Everyone knows it's hard for Uchiha to go back on his or her word. No, Naruto-sama. I think that was just you. The rest of your clan, no offense, was pretty shady, Eugeo said. Maybe, he said. Hey, what's in that bag? Oh, I picked up some poke. I knew that it was meant to be an after mission thing, but now that you're back on your feet and alright, it just felt right, she said. As Naruto nodded, Kurenai looked confused. You like poke, Naruto? You didn't know, Kurenai-san, said Eugeo, gasping in shock. Naruto-sama loved poke. I still remember when him and Weasel went to a convention about it, claiming that it was a super important mission about the security of the village. As Naruto smiled sadly, he remembered that day when him and Itachi was bonding. It was the day that he took him under his belt. Honestly, in a way it was. After all, without my poke, I'm not 100%, said Naruto. It's like I can't perform at my best. The two girls' minds went to naughty thoughts on hearing that. He needed his pocket to perform at his best. The both of their minds seemed to be similar in that way. I will have to remember that, Naruto-sama, said Eugeo. There was a knock as the doctor entered with a clipboard. Naruto-sama, you are clear to leave. You'll return back to active duty in 2 weeks' time. Give your body time to properly heal, so take it easy on the training. I don't want to see you back in here so quickly. As Naruto rubbed the back of his head sheepishly, as the doctor left, his face then became serious. Kurenai, I will be talking to Hokage-sama tomorrow, when Uncle get back. You two will be going through boot camp, Naruto style, he said. As Eugeo paled at hearing that, as she patted Kurenai on the shoulder. Good luck. You're gonna need it. Moments later, as Kurenai went back to the apartment, as Naruto was putting his clothes on, a stick of poke leaning from his mouth. As Eugeo was at the corner. That was ONI. That appeared tonight, wasn't it, she said. As Naruto started to fix his buttons, She came over as she removed his hand and started to fix it for him. Yes, that was a previous Oni, said Naruto. What did he want, she said, looking up towards him. Naruto turned his face towards the window, looking over the village. He just wanted to have fun, said Naruto. Flashback to the Anbu days. His feet landed without a sound. A black suit covering his form, hiding his identity from everyone. He reached up to his back as seal, on his back glowing white for a moment, as a bow appeared in his hand, a quiver appearing later as he pulled one of the arrows. His trained eye was focused on his target as he pulled the string back, making sure the shot was lined up. He fired as it broke through a glass. It teared right through his target's skull and pinned him against the wall. 28, he said. He then disappeared as he reappeared, on a tree a distance off. He then lowered himself as he used the tree as leverage and stand upside and down. As he focused, 2 guards. He pulled another arrow as he fired. Split. The guard that was walking with his friend heard silence. As he turned, hey man, why did you... To his shock, his friend was on the ground. An arrow right through his skull, bleeding out. He quickly reached up to his communicator, however, slit. His throat was burst open as he collapsed to his knees. A black suit child stood in front of him. The child pressed his communicator. All guards down. Now working. On my way inside. Roger, Teiko. He frowned. His partner was so young. 10 years old. A female with purple hair. She was too inexperienced to be doing this up. That is why Naruto made her sit back and watch from a distance. He quickly scaled the wall as he stopped near to a window, as he peeped to see his targets inside. He unlocked the window as he disabled the trap and dropped down, lowering himself to the ground as he crawled over. His target stirred on the bed. His bow and arrow vanished. A katana appeared. Slice. 2 quick slices, it was over. Corrupt Fire Country Lords. His order came from his daimyo this time. Had he just become a tool for his village to hire out? The door then made a clicking sound as he turned. A child walked in, around the age of 4, crying something about a nightmare. Naruto frowned under his mask. There was no notes about there being children in this op. As Naruto removed the hood over his head, quickly moving forward, he made her look right into his eyes. His red eyes spinning, looking into hers. Her grey eyes, a mole on her cheek as she looked directly into his eyes. You're to go to bed, little one. When you wake in the morning, you're to pack food and water in a bag and walk. Keep walking until you find someone you know. Now go to bed, the nightmare will be over very soon. The small child clutched her teddy bear as she gave him a small nod before she walked out of the room. Naruto sighed, quickly putting on back his hood over his head as he moved. He took the head of the targets as he sealed them away. As he proceeded to make his way straight down. Making his way, he arrived towards the secret room. He went through the locked door. There was girls of all ages and size. They were chained up and locked up underneath the building. Your captors are gone. You're all free. A pair of green eyes watched him. One of the girls looking at him in the outfit. She would not forget that outfit. He quickly moved as he cut the way open for them to get out as he vanished. Arriving outside, Teiko, Yujiro came over. As she bowed her head, Naruto stood to his full height as he patted her on the head. Come on, Nico, the mission is done. Let us head home. Back to the present time. A group of people stood in a small office. Snap! There was a sickening, snapping sound. The 2 blondes, being Tsunade and Minato, looked shocked towards Naruto. Why did you go and do that? Naruto casually looked up to the blonde near Senju. You said that we wasted your time, so I gave you something to heal, said Naruto, motioned towards his own arm that he just snapped. Tsunade released a sigh as she looked towards Naruto's arm, gulping down her breakfast that was threatening to come back up. Doesn't it hurt? Kind of, he said. So, I guess technically, I do require healing, he said to her. Kid, I know that you can heal it yourself. He shrugged his shoulders before he snapped his arm back in place. He used his other arm to heal it up. Now that I'm here back for a bit, are you going to reconsider the medical academy? Her arms were crossed under her breasts, her feet were pushed apart a bit, her shoulders leaning back. This was a stance that Naruto was familiar with. 3 times now Yujiro had used it on him to get a free trip to the hot springs, as he thought that it was some kind of strong jutsu. Naruto, what are you doing? Said Minato. This jutsu, said Naruto as he took the same stance. It is something I am not able to beat. The best way to learn to counter something is to try and mimic it, he said. Naruto, that is not a jutsu. It's like your predatory glare. Realization struck Naruto as he focused on the blonde Sanin. Tsunade started to sweat a bit. What is this? A mixture of ki, Kyuubi's chakra, and a primal facial muscle that has been lost due to time. It allowed me to appear so far above you that any conflict will just bore me. Hence, abhor the expression. I use it most of the time to keep bothersome unvus in line. It worked most of the time. Now, do you need me for anything, or can I just go to the hot springs? Just go, Naruto. I'll see you later, said Minato. Hot springs? Count me in. Minato had a strange look on his face, watching his son and Tsunade walk away without a care in the world. I heard Jiraiya is still out of town, so you shouldn't have to worry about anyone trying to sneak a peep. Sounds good. It's been some time since we caught up, hasn't it, Naruto? Said Tsunade, as he simply shrugged. It's been a few years. You called for me after the Uchiha incident, about that nasty little problem that you had there, Tsunade said to him. However, he did not want to talk about that. You weren't by yourself, she said. What happened to your partner? Naruto froze. The air around him became cold as Tsunade narrowed her gaze. People around him started to become fearful. The grandchildren of Madara and Hoshirama. And now the place was getting tense. Itachi Uchiha. He was my partner. I teamed up with Nico again after the end of the year. I'm sorry. I just don't like to talk about what happened in public, he said. She understood the hidden meaning behind his words. The Uchiha massacre was not what it seems. Well, here it is. This is Konoha finest. Well, at least in my book, said Naruto, as he paid for the two of them. Meanwhile that was going on, Anko and Kurenai was also making their way. I'm telling you, Kurenai, this is the best day to spend your day off. I hardly doubt that this is what Naruto was planning when he gave us this day off, said Kurenai, as he went to the changing room. As for Naruto, he sat in the water as he leaned back and relaxed, as he took the face towel and placed over his face, as he slowly disconnected from the world. Over the other side, he's alright, even if he's at Uchiha. Tsunade leaned back as she rests, her hands over her breasts. She heard a rumor if they were large enough they would float. However, she was not willing to test it, especially in a public spring. She heard two voices, as she recognized one of them. Oh, hey there, kid, she said. Oh, Tsunade-sama, Uncle said. Hey there, this is my friend, Kurenai. As the black-haired beauty gave a shy wave. No need to be shy, girls. We're all naked in here. Tsunade lit with a long sigh as she dropped the face towel over her eyes. Although even I can tell that Kurenai has a killer figure, as she raised a finger pointed towards their general direction. Before she laughed when she heard Kurenai gasp. As Naruto was on the other side, he could hear everything that was being said. Tsunade, it's not wise to make fun of other people's expense. Maybe that is why you're so unlucky. Come on, it's a day of relaxing. Just go back to doing whatever you were doing, Naruto, she said. I was reminiscing about the time you got the Hokage to pay to get you out of jail. I never thought that Senju would be so happy to see Uchiha, said Naruto. The two girls over the side, especially Kurenai, froze up hearing Naruto's voice. Tsunade glanced over to their direction. I take it the both of you knew Naruto then. How do you know him? Anko raised her hand. I'm like his little sister, she said. And Kurenai here is his future Anko's mouth was gripped by Kurenai's hand, as Kurenai's face was red as a tomato. You will have to figure first, Tsunade-sama. It seems like she had a bit too much to drink this morning. As Anko bite the hand, making Kurenai yell. So, little Kurenai has a thing for Naruto, huh? Said Tsunade. Anko nodded proudly. Kurenai yeeped as she covered her face. Hey, Naruto, Tsunade said. Kurenai's eyes went wide, looking towards Tsunade with a pleading look. Yes, Tsunade, said Naruto, from the other side. Shh, said Tsunade to the girls. I ran into this girl this morning. I think her name was Kuri. Do you mean Kurenai, said Naruto. Maybe. Can you describe her for me? I was thinking about taking her on as an apprentice. She has a curvy figure, almost like a dancer. Black hair that comes to the small of her back. Red, ruby eyes. Also that idea, have to wait. I'm training her for the tuning exams. Tsunade raised an eyebrow towards Genjutsu user, who kept on sinking deeper and deeper into the water. Yeah, that's her. Have you seen the look that she gets? Yes, said Naruto. I got into a fight because of her 2 months back, or so. I think I still owe her a drink anyway. So where's she staying so I can talk to her about some training? She's with me at the moment. Her house is undergoing some repairs. Well, that is what Uncle told me. You mean that 2-bedroom house in 44? Asked Natty. Yes. What's wrong with my house? He said. It's just that on the way back to the village I was speaking with Uncle. She said that normally Aruka spent the night with her at her place. So where does Kurenai sleep if it's only 2-bedroom? Well, I try to give her as much room as possible, but normally she insists that I sleep in my bed with her. As Natty raised her eyebrow towards Kurenai, who seemed to blush even deeper, their attention was drawn as a spike of chocolate could be felt. Sorry to cut this short, but I've been called by the Hokage, said Naruto. I will have to catch up with you later. And girls, said Naruto. I have a good sensory ability, said Naruto. Snatty burst out laughing. He knew that they were here the entire time. You knew the entire time, didn't you? Said Kurenai. Me? How could I know? Said Snatty, an innocent look on her face. Time skip at the tower. Nico appeared right next to Naruto. Yes, Nico, said Naruto. I just want to make sure that you're okay, she said. I am fine, Nico. You should resume your duties, otherwise Hokage-sama may have to punish you. I have been tasked with following your own and report the methods that you use to teach the Jonins. I am currently doing my duty. Asked Naruto raised his eyebrow before he shrugged his shoulders. Fine, but get into civilian clothing. I don't want people getting the wrong idea. Me being followed around by Anvu over time. It might freak them out, said Naruto. Yuji nodded and vanished as Naruto kept on walking. As he walked, the Anvus bowed to him. Sometimes, said Minato, I wonder who they will listen to, if it came down to it, causing the Anvus in the shadows to tremble a bit. I taught them to listen to you. That is if the commander is not present. Seeing how they're still acting this way, I assume that the spot of commander is empty. Minato pulled out the file as he gave it to Naruto. When I open this, I'm not going to find what I did last time, am I? He did not wait for an answer, though, as he opened it. He looked through it. I can't. Not that people know who I am right now. It goes against my Anvu code. Clan heads cannot be in Anvu. You have to choose one way or another. In both positions, you will be helping the village. And if I decline the both of them, said Naruto. Minato froze as he looked toward the sun. Sasuke is in line for Uchiha clan head. I am now in the open. People will start to figure out who I was in Anvu. That means I'm not eligible for either. They're both optional positions. Fine then, you will take on a genuine team, said Minato. The room got a bit colder at that. This is what you were pushing for, said Naruto. His hands started to crush the edge of Minato's decks. I am not good with kids. I produce people who will kill without a second thought. Do you want me to turn your daughter into the same monster I am, said Naruto. Naruto, the village made you into what you are. I'm trying to bring you back to be my son. As Naruto turned, as he walked towards the door, he stopped on the handle. With all due respect, Hokage-sama, I have to decline those positions. None of them are suitable for me. I will be off training if I am needed. Naruto, Minato's voice stopped him in his tracks. You still have to decide cushion and punishment, said Minato. As their eyes met, I already have. When the both of us have free time, get us together. Is there anything else? When he heard nothing else, he stepped from the room, closing the door behind him. Back with Kurenai, she enjoyed her time in the hot springs. She just relaxed and pushed away all the thoughts running through her mind. Hey Kurenai-chan, let's get home. And then everything came rushing back. The fact that Naruto knew that they were there. How could she have forgotten that? He was always able to tell where they were. I'll be out soon, Uncle, she said. As Uncle shrugged, she made her way towards the changing rooms, leaving Snad and Kurenai. Naruto more likely doesn't know how you feel about him. Not unless you confess to him. You need to know that he was kept away from a lot. He doesn't really understand relationships. Said Snad as she climbed out, leaving Kurenai in deep thought. It took her a while as she got out. It did not take her long to get dressed and made her way back home. Arriving there, she found a note waiting for her. As she read it, there was also books. Kurenai, I saw you taking an interest in this, and a few others I've laid out for you. I don't know how long I'll be gone, Train hard until I get back, okay? She felt a lot better that he remembered, and even still wanted to train her while he was out. She heard screaming. She made her way as she found Uncle pinned up to the wall. As it was a note falling, she picked it up. Uncle, you need to work on your infiltration skills. Thus I rigged a trap that will change every day. Train hard and enjoy. Uncle frowned, sadistic bastard, she said, as she then noticed the book in Kurenai's hand. He lent you bad blood, huh? It's a good book. His family was a bit strange though. Makes you wonder what would have become of him if they were still alive. After getting free, Uncle took the book as she flipped through some pages, as she found what she was looking for. He always told me not to try this without asking him first. I guess the same rule would apply to you. Kurenai didn't remember that masked guy words. It was a parting gift in exchange. I got to look over this book once again. Tier 3, Manipulation. As she found something that stood out. Golden Eyes of the Thunder God. A byproduct from obtaining Stage 3 in the Lightning Manipulation. In order to reach this level like the others, you must become one with the elements. You are to become one with the storm and attract the power into your body. Golden Eyes of the Thunder God. It is still in question what they are capable of, or whether it is just a change in appearance. Rumors state the eyesights are better in a storm, but alas, nothing can be proven. She pulled the book away from her for a moment. Naruto has golden eyes. Was it just chance, or did he follow what the book said? Uchihas are meant to have fire affinity, right? As she flipped through, as she came towards a red page. Stomach of the Dragon. A byproduct from obtaining level 3 in fire manipulation. Simple, your body become more adaptable to the flames. They become a source of power, sustenance, and pleasure. Huh, it seems this clan really are a bunch of hotheads. Ingesting fire, this is the only way to start the mutation. It forces your body to adapt to the needed level so you can perform fire jutsus of the highest level. Sign your name below so that we can keep track of the Uchihas likely to reach a stage. Uchiha Madara, Uchiha Izuna, Uchiha Izanami, Uchiha Naruto. The names. She heard about Izuna being Madara's brother and Naruto being his godson, but where does Izanami fit into this? Izanami, huh? Uncle said she came out. You know of her? Yeah, that's the name of Naruto's mother. He is rather touchy about that subject, so be very careful about using that name. You should put that book down for now. Reading it without the Sharingan means that we only get half of the information. Without those eyes, you're not seeing everything. Meaning that we're only thinking with half of the information. Naruto said that there's about 5 or 6 worth of more contents on the pages. However, it mixed with some top level genjutsu and fuinjutsu. His grandfather was a madman, but he was also a genius, Uncle said, as she made her way off. Timeskip. Naruto-sama, must you always hide away on this day? Yujeo, you know I dislike the idea, plus being here, allow me to go through my grandfather and mother books. As he stepped towards her, she was in front of the bookshelf. He got insanely close. She closed her eyes. Here, you can touch upon some kinjutsu. While I'm reading, he says he dropped a book in her hand. She realized he took it from behind her. Yes, Naruto-sama. He was currently in a pair of deep black robes. The Uchiha fan on the back. As he calmly made his way through the library, looking for something to fixate himself on. The book that she held contained advanced kinjutsu katas. Sadly, she was not in the mood to train as she looked towards her idol and former partner. As Naruto looked around the room, Tailong, he said, for today, could you please just leave me alone? I'm not in the mood to argue with you. The sounds of paws hitting the ground next to him caused him to frown. I'm only here to provide company, just like him, said Tailong as he lied down and closed his eyes. Timeskip. Minato sighed as he came home. As he smelled something, he made his way towards the kitchen. As he saw little Natsumai, as she was currently working. The oven was on and she was baking. Natsumai-chan, he said, I told you we should just leave him alone tonight. She looked towards her father with a stern look. It isn't right. He should be treated like everyone else. As she crossed her arms under her chest, Minato walked forward before he patted her on the head. I have made mistakes, that isn't right. But Naruto is adamant on spending this night alone. Plus, I don't even know where he is. Dad, it's not right, she said. You shouldn't be alone on your birthday. Minato paused. How did you know? I look at your calendar, she said. You mark all the important date there. So I made a cake. Mom would help me, so. I don't know how good it is. So I tried my hardest though. I just wanted to know that he doesn't have to be alone anymore. A small smile came to Minato's face. If you try the old Uchiha mansion, you might have some luck. He hides out there from time to time. However, you didn't hear from me, okay? A big smile came on her face. Don't ask him too many questions if you run into him though. As Minato made his way from the room, it must be hard for his son, sharing the day of his birth with the day that his clan ended. Meanwhile, Yujiro wandered around the house. Naruto had locked himself into his studies, and she was left out here. She didn't really have anything to do, as she heard a knock, making her way. Natsumai-chan, she said, as she then looked towards the others. Why are these two with you? I wanted to see. Big Brother Naruto. I found these two sitting in a bar, so I asked them to come with me. She tilted her head in a cute way, making Yujiro wanted to hug her. Well, you can come on in. I doubt he will see you though. He locked everything and everyone out an hour ago. She motioned for Natsumai to come in. However, she shut the door in the other two people's faces. Nico-chan, do you really dislike them that much? Call me Yujiro-chan. Also, don't use my Anvil name when I'm without a mask. And I have no idea what you're talking about. Natsumai sighed as she placed on the cake. Before she went towards the door, she tried to open it. Heavy, she said, as she could not open it. Natsumai-chan, do they really need to come in, said Yujiro. As the small girl nodded, Yujiro sighed as she made her way towards the door. She swiped her hands along the handles, infusing them with chakra, and that allowed the door to open. Get in, she said. You can thank Natsumai-chan. As Natsumai blushed, she scratched back her head before she leaned down and picked up the cake once again. Take your pettiness elsewhere. I'm in no mood to put up with them. Let alone, let it bother Naruto. I couldn't have said it better myself, Leo. I take it that your clan has become interested as well. Two felines moved from the shadows, standing proud in front of the two humans. Tai Lung, the tiger, and there was also a jet black, Leo. Leo of the lions. The glow of his red eyes bathed in the hall. The clans have started to move. The Avalai Clade have left him to wallow, saying that he only tarnished their already sunken name. It seems like no one wants to place their fate in the Uchiha. The large lion looked towards the occupants in the room. One glance as he deemed them unworthy. He has isolated himself now, correct? Tai Lung gave a small nod as the lion moved forward. Come, we have much to discuss. And humans, if you get in my way, I'll crush you, he said. As he walked away, that was Leo, the boss of the lion summons. Said Yujiro, she went through hand sign before she slammed her hand down. Poof. Miss Yujiro, how may I serve you? A elegant voice said through the smoke. It revealed a dark blue house cat. Sasha, do you know why Leo is here? The cat sniffed the ear. Cat had a decent smell, not like the level of a dog. However, it could sniff it out. Leo Sama is looking for the first fellow day summoner. We managed to nib Naruto Uchiha away from the other clans on poker night. So to stop all the arguing, Leo Sama decided to test Naruto Uchiha himself, seeing if he's worthy. The girls turned to make their way upstairs, but Sasha appeared in front of them. I would suggest that you do not go up there. The answer which she was cut off. Kurenai came from the other room, as the place was shaking violently, as Natsumai was barely able to hold on. It was then that they felt a daunting heat resonating from the staircase. A few moments later, a dark torrent of flames tore through the house, followed by a black figure. It was revealed to be Leo. I like him. Look at Sasha. Tai Lung. It will not be long before you bow to him too. Get used to the sight of his feet. The black lion said as he vanished in black flames. He is not in the right state at the moment, I don't think. However, just as he expected, all of them rushed up the stairs. That was to be expected from human, Tai Lung thought. They arrived to see Naruto. The place was scorching hot. The air felt so dry. as Naruto's eyes were glowing red. He was in a samurai-style pants, bandage, wrapped around his lower torso. His hair had turned to flames that move around on their own. Lightning coursed around his toned body. "Leave," he said to them, his voice coming out booming. "Please leave," he said. It was almost like he was desperate. "That form is not ugly, Naruto. It is letting your elements run free for all to see. Be proud to have the three most offensive types of elemental affinity," Tai Lung said in a calm voice. "It shows what I was made for. I leave ash in my wake as the gods themselves try to strike me down. Is this how a human should feel? Like he's a weapon ready to be pointed at the enemy?" He clenched his fist and the lightning increased, tearing the ground apart. Naruto-kun, said Kurona as she stepped forward, feeling the heat. "You're not a monster. You're Naruto, our friend. A brother. A mentor." Natsume stepped forward with the mud cake that she had made. As she held it up, she thought that the name was strange of the cake. It was a Western style cake, but when she mixed the contents together, she understood where the name came from. "Big Brother Naruto, I don't want you to be a stranger anymore. I want you to be the older brother you were meant to be. To help me being a ninja. To talk to me when I'm lonely. I want you to be my big brother." As she stepped through the heat, Naruto's eyes started to soften. "Without you, Naruto-sama, who will keep the recruits in line when they mess up? Better yet, who will stop all the bar fights just by looking?" As Yujiro was trying to say the words that she really wanted to say, however, they wouldn't come out, no matter how hard she tried. She wanted to say more, she wanted to tell him more, but it just wouldn't come out. As Naruto started to relax even more, calming himself, as two hands pressed up on his cheek, holding them in place, and something pressed against his lips. He opened his eyes to see crimson eyes looking back at him. "I want to know you better, Naruto-kun. I know you're a good person. You just need to start to show us you that want to be shown." The lightning was no longer staying Kurenai. As it was fading, his hair started to return back to his black hair. Thank you, Kurenai," he said. "Thank you, everyone. I won't let you down." He then noticed a cake in Natsume's hands. "Natsume, is that a mud cake?" Her eyes widened that he recognized so quickly. "Don't be shocked, Natsume-chan. Naruto-sama did a lot of missions in the Western lands. He also made a name for himself while he was there. It was also over there that he got a sweet tooth." "Happy birthday, big brother," said Natsume, as Naruto raised a brow at her. The others gasped, not knowing that today was a day. "Well, I guess it is." "Thank you, Natsume," he said, as she reached and pulled a candle from the wall. As she held it out in front of him, he looked at her a bit confused. "You're supposed to blow it out and make a wish, silly," she said, as he looked towards the candle. The fact that he had to be told what it was for showed the lack of awareness that he had about certain things. The reason why he hated the feeling of being a weapon, like he wasn't an actual human. As Naruto blew it out, as he whispered his dreams. "I wish to be seen as a human," he thought. Days passed by quickly, as Naruto supervised the training between two girls. He was also helping out Sasuke as well. However, today was different, as he was in a large room, in front of that woman. "I assume that you came to your decisions, Naruto-san," Hayashi Hyuga said to him, head of the Hyuga clan. Inuzaka Tatsumi was also there. A rather lazy genius as well. Shikaku Nara. Yes, the man was a genius, but he was also lazy. And then there was the head of IT, Inoichi Yamanaka. There was Choza, the human tank. Together they were the Inashikacho. The head of the Senju was there as well. Saratobi Asuma was there as well. The Aberme clan as well, led by Chibi. His father was filling two roles. He acted as the head of the Namikaze clan and Hokage. His vote would be counted twice. The civilians were left out of this. The elders, Hamura Koharu, Danzo Shamira as well. The first two did not see eye to eye with Naruto, however. Danzo always seemed to smile a bit when Naruto's around. "I have honorable council members. I will not ask anything too extensive. I merely wish to show her my memories of what she did to me." The council blinked at that response. "You can be much harsher, Naruto-san. You do understand. That right?" said Tatsumi. "Yes, I know. I could always rob my little sister of her mother, but I do not wish that pain for her," said Naruto. My head is also not a nice place. Inoichi Yamanaka can testify for that. It is true. All envoys are required to have a psychic test so they can be sure that you're fit for duty. We end up stopping this method with the executors. Naruto broke them time and time again until they became exactly what their name suggests. But as we can see, they're still able to move around and live their everyday life outside of Anvu. I lost a few clan members in the asylum due to those scanning. Never once did we have to pull an executor though. As Inoichi sat down and nodded, he was feeling pity for Kushina. He had seen some of the things that Naruto had done, and he always ended up bringing back up his breakfast. However, she was going to witness the full course of that. Minato crossed his arms as he spoke. "Do you have anything to say, Kushina Uzumaki?" he asked. She took a breath. "I did what I had to protect my daughter and husband. Would you not do the same in my position?" The clan heads frowned. As Naruto's fist clenched, when none of the clan heads responded, she hung her head. "You need to stop living in the past, Kushina. Otherwise, we will just continue this cycle of hatred. Both of our clans now lay in ruins. Yet, you still wish to continue fighting. I see no reason to do that. My vision has always been clouded in darkness. So I learned to close my eyes and listen instead of seeing. In a way, you made me what I am today." His voice was calm as he stood in front of her, as his father gave him a nod of go ahead, as he moved his hair out of his face, showing his spinning Fuma shuriken in his eyes. "Tsukuyomi." Kushina found herself strapped to a cross. She could not move. As Naruto appeared, "Sorry about that," he said. "It is the default setting of this jutsu. It is mainly used for torturing. I merely use it to transfer large amount of information and memories. Let me cut you down." With a simple flick of his wrist, she fell right into his arms. She got away instantly. It seems her hatred for what happened in the past ran deeper than he thought. "Can we just get this over with?" she said. "I don't wish to stay here with you more than I have to. In here, I will show you the different events that your seal has caused for the next 4 days as we travel." A few moments later on the outside, Kushina collapsed down to the ground, as she was a quivering mess. "Now, you see what you have done. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry," she said, repeating over and over and over again. Her body was violently shaking. There was a small trickle of blood from Naruto's eyes, however. The damage was repaired. "It wasn't that bad," said Naruto. "Also, you should apologize to them, not me." The clan heads looked towards him. She experienced the pain that I felt when I had to fight against the seal, along with the memories, seeing the sleeping faces as I fought, so I did not bring harm to them. "Kushina, stop, stand up. You're a clan head. Your punishment has been dealt. Now once you apologize to them, I will forgive you. But you're being pitiful. Don't set a bad example for Natsume," said Naruto. As Naruto picked her up with one hand, she looked up at him with tearful eyes. Her whole body seemed to be shivering in fear and regret and pain. The council was shocked at how quick she changed her view. "Thank you," she said, after he helped her up. That shocked the council even more. She just spent 4 days going through what the seal did to me. I had to carry her on the second day. It is natural there will be some kind of bonding. 4 days with one person to sift through their memories. Well, at least they could understand the connection that they might feel. Am I needed for anything else, or can I take my leave? The council nodded that he could leave as he turned to walk away. "Naruto, I truly am sorry. I thought it was for the best," she said as she bowed her head. "Like I said, do not apologize to me. It's the others that need it." With that, he was gone. Tsunade spoke up. "You know, if it was anyone else other than Naruto, you'd have been dead, right?" Kushina nodded her head. "As long as you know that he has a heart more than most. It saddened me that people only see him as a weapon." Minato looked over towards the council. "He has requested a few months of leave after the Jonin exams. Does anyone see any issues with this? Will he not be taking the team with Sasuke Uchiha on it? He has made it clear he will not take the seat on the council or take a team. He said he will train any Genin team if he's free." There was some murmuring before he gave a nod. "We see no issue. Has he given a reason?" He said he wanted to finish some training of his, up in the land of iron. But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want to see the next part and do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on the bell notifications to stay posted. But I'm off for now, see you guys soon. Peace guys.